What is going on, guys? It's Panda here, and we are finally back for some more Don't Take It Personally, Babe, It Just Ain't Your Story. Now, I'm sure most of you are well aware of the reasons why I haven't recorded in quite some time, and if you're not aware, well, you know, either go watch my update vid or just listen on what I'm going to say now. I was basically just sort of down in the dumps, really, for quite a while, just after a funeral I had to go to on the weekends. That sort of shit always gets you down, so it's kind of sucky, but we have gotten through it. But one thing I just want to mention is how awkward social interactions are after after funerals, and you'll know what I mean if you've been through this sort of thing before. Now, what I'm talking about is the whole when you know you've had your funeral or whatever, or not yours, because otherwise you won't be in the social interaction because you'll be dead in the ground. But yeah, okay, you know what I mean. So yeah, you've had the funeral, you've been to it, and then there's that whole sort of gathering of all the people that have gone to it, and it'll be that night of the funeral. They'll all go to someone's place, and you can just notice, like, if you're one of the sober ones, like I was, because I was the only person of my age at that place pretty much, you'll notice how all of these people are just drinking their sorrows and like problems away, and it's really sad and weird. I just wanted to leave. I just want to go. It was really weird. Anyway, I thought I should let you know that, because I don't know what else to start this episode off with, so I went with that. Okay. I don't know where we were up to previously, so this is going to be interesting. It's been quite a while. It's really important that if you haven't started to think about what you're going to do for the big creative project, you think about it now. They're due in 2 weeks, so if you don't at least know what you're doing, you need to figure it out immediately. You can talk to me after class if need be. There's no homework for tonight other than studying for the test tomorrow. I'm gonna need a drink. Also, thank you to the people who said in my update vid for me to take my time, and I did in fact take my time, so I'm back! I'm finished early again. Before I thought it was because I was planning better. Now I just wonder if my classes aren't just getting shorter and shorter. That's bad. By the way, my friend has just newly introduced me to a few of the, I guess, popular animes, and they're not necessarily sort of joint towards this sort of, I guess you could call this anime per se, but no, I've just started watching Death Note, if anybody else knows what that is. I'm sure at least one of my subscribers out there knows what that is, and loves it. So I'm currently at episode 4 and am loving it, just FYI. Alright, well, that's it. I guess we're running a bit early, so I'm going to let you go now, but please take your time going to the cafeteria, alright? No need to rush. Of course there's time to rush. Well, you have to rush. I mean, if you don't rush, you're not going to get the good stuff at the cafeteria. You get all the scraps at the bottom of the bin. That's all. They all slowly start to leave. Then I realise, no, only 2 have actually left. Everyone else is just milling about kind of aimlessly. Love and peace. Oh. You're all welcome to stick around in the classroom and eat if you want. Thanks. Sup, Akira? Why aren't you with your boyfriend? I'm about to speak, but then I realise there's nothing I can say with honesty. I know exactly why he's not with Nolan, but I can hardly say that, can I? I have completely forgotten why he's not with Nolan. I'm very confused. Why are you not with Nolan? Oh, was Nolan and Taylor gonna go have their little talk? I think that might be it. Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be I thought you were spending your lunches with Nolan. Well, he's apparently working things out with Okay, good, I did remember it correctly. Privately. No big deal, it's good they're making up. Oh, shit. Kendall. I'm sure it's fine. Better that she stops raging so hard over getting dumped, bro. Yeah, cause Taylor is totes the type for forgiving. Let me tell you, bro, I would not trust my girlfriend anywhere near her if I didn't want some sort of drama clusterfuck. Kendall. I'm sorry, you guys. She's not very cute when she's being inexplicably hostile towards friends. Lol, friends. Come on, knock it off, really. It really is not endearing. Sorry. Ooh, girl, you just got told! Come on, let's keep it civil here. It's not a big deal. People talk to their exes all the time. It's not something worth getting worked up over. Everyone turns awkwardly quiet, as I hope they realise I'm right. The conversation never returns though. Oh well, that's great. Weren't you going to say something? Jeez, what's the big thing with Kendall and Akira? Damn. They've got it in for each other apparently, or Kendall's got it in for Akira at least. Kendall and Akira just turn to occasionally saying something quietly to the other. Charlotte frequently looking like she might have something to say, but then never actually does. Ariana sits on her own, her attention alternating between a computer and smiling cutely at me. I smile back, of course, but unable to think of anything to say. Question mark? To Mr. Rook, you asked that. Oh, right. Okay. Ariana is still totally in love, in case anyone was wondering. Everyone seems to be more paying attention to their computers than to each other in general. It's the most awkward sight I've ever seen from an ordinarily social group. Very social group. Yes, welcome to this day and age, Mr. Rook. Instead of socializing and talking to each other, we all just sit on computers and talk to each other through that way. It's much easier. Who needs to socialize these days anyway, right? But before I continue, I really should check those messages. The indicator's blinking 1. Oh god, okay. Fuck. Let me figure out how to actually say it. Oh. Ooh. Okay. There we go. I should be caught up enough now. Not for lack of trying, I guess. I eat my lunch patiently, wondering if Akira is actually going to follow through on his plans to strike up a conversation. Mercifully, he eventually does. Hey, sir, I was wondering, have you ever read a novel called Digital Shinigami? I know what that word is because, off of Death Note, isn't it? I'm guessing that's death or God. It's either death or God. It seems like it'd be up your alley. Won't you be looking up my alley anywhere, Akira? Huh? What are you planning? Stay away from my alley and up it. No, I don't think so. Who's it by? Yuriko Yamazaki. Don't know if you've heard of her. Nope. Huh. Any relationship? Is she some distant cousin of yours? No, my grandmother, actually, but she was really a big sci-fi writer in like the 1980s, and actually is kinda cool. Wow, I never knew that. That's really cool. Oh, Charlotte actually does speak. For reals, bro. Also, it's a lot like some of the stuff we were reading earlier this year. Don't say. I'll have to keep my eye out for it. Then, what's it about? Well, do you know what a Shinigami is? Shinigami is normally? I don't believe so, no. Here we go. Oh, here's where Akira turns into the biggest weeaboo ever. I have absolutely no idea what she just said, but Akira gives her the dirtiest look. I still don't know what weeaboo is. Wait, no, somebody said it. Fanboy? Fangirl? Fanboy? Fanboy. I think it's fanboy. What the fuck? Weeaboo? I'm actually Japanese, you mad, Kendall? Okay, no. I still don't know what it is. Haha, lol. Reminds me again. Shut up, phone. Again, where you were born? Hey! I thought I clicked on the message, not that. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. We were having a conversation. Charlotte is amazed by just how completely incomprehensible conversations between Kendall and Akira turn out. Yes, no, I completely agree, Charlotte. I completely agree. You seem to be the only one that logically thinks these days. Anyway, Kendall just smirks to herself, clearly having gotten in a very clever insult. If only I knew what the hell it was. Oh, I am so glad to hear it's not just me. Oh, Ariana too. Okay, sorry, fine. You're included too, Ariana. Oh man, what was I talking about? Shinigami. Oh right. Anyways, there's sort of a death spirit. I knew it! I knew it! I learnt that from Death Note. Sometimes they just carry your soul to the afterlife, or if you die with regrets, they might try to put them right before they can move on. You know, stuff like that. They're not usually supposed to be that big on the haunting thing, but it happens. Huh, interesting. So it's kind of like the Grim Reaper? Sorta. Except you're more likely to get a cute girl in a yukata than a skeleton in a robe. Also, nobody actually believes in the Grim Reaper. Huh. Anyway, but the Grim Reaper sounds cooler. He's grim. He's a Reaper. I'm glad that E's in there instead of just the Grim Reaper. That'd be kind of odd. Anyway, the book's about a sort of futuristic take on that. You know, modern death spirits now have to cope with technology. That sort of thing. It's totes rad. You sure it's not just called Death Note? He keeps going on, but I get caught up on his original explanation. It sounds just a little bit too familiar. I'll have to look that up. Then it sounds, interesting. I make the motions of continuing conversation with him, but my mind is completely elsewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's that Tuesday night. Wow, my god, 6 messages. Read your computer. There is nothing more in life that I hate more than making tests. Even when it's not that many at once. It's just an absolutely excruciating experience. Well, why'd you become a teacher? The literacy level isn't as bad as some people like to exaggerate it to be. Oh, Taylor and Akira. Okay, this ought to be good. I was just talking to I was just talking to Nolan, as I'm sure you know. I hope you don't think I'm being too rude here, since it's clearly none of my business. But there were some things about our conversation that jumped out at me, and I really want him to be happy. It seemed like there were some things that he just wasn't quite sure how to bring up with you. I'm sorry that's not too presumptuous of me, is it? I know I haven't been the nicest to you, I'm sorry. It really is just jealousy, and I'd like to apologize for that. Okay, it's fine, bro. I know you don't really have it in for me. I actually really did want to know what you two were talking about. I know things between you two were not so great. I don't know, I still think Taylor's a bitch. Wish me luck. I'm going to try talking with Akira. Maybe I can get him to listen. Oh, that's right, I keep reading these in the wrong fucking order. Okay, let's go back here. I was actually curious myself. What was the name of that book you were telling Mr. Rook about the other day? So everything's cool then? Yeah, everything's cool. What more is there to say? I was amazed by just how completely incomprehensible, blah blah blah. Unimpressed face. Man, he's my boyfriend, and even still I only get like every other word out of his mouth. Yeah, that's because you're putting something in his mouth. The literacy level isn't as bad as... God, that was a bad joke. But somehow that doesn't help when you're evaluating answers like the lady's problems were that marriage was necessary and Cesario's cross-dressing and identity mistaken. Digital Shinigami by Eriko Yamazaki. Thank you, Taylor. I'm pretty sure that's not a sentence. At least not in any language I speak. How the fuck do you even begin to mark something like that? They're not all that bad. Well, most of them are, actually. Charlotte's answers are at least comprehensible, but that's just because she's writing what I said in class, verbatim in places. And that's how you pass college, ladies and gents. Just write down exactly what the teacher said. Then they'll at least be like, oh well, at least he was listening in class. Thank you, I didn't know you were into those types of stories. Oh, here we go. Well, I was responsible for screwing things up between us. I wish I had let him go sooner, instead of just clinging on to him for selfish purposes. It was a very me thing to do. We just talked about him now mostly. It sounds like you two are doing really well. Even if he's obviously not interested in you sexually, at least he finally has a friend again. I know he was feeling really desperate for one when he traded me for you. I'm so confused with these three relationships. These three... Yeah, okay. Those three people in that relationship. I end up bumping everyone's marks up so much that the class average is a low 80. If everyone's having trouble, then that means it's my fault. No need for them to suffer for that. Next morning. Okay, I'll be handing back your test at the end of the period. The class average was about 83, so good work everyone. Oh damn it! I just instinctively go to the top one. Between Charlotte and Akira. I'm really worried about this whole Taylor x Nolan thing. What do you think? I'd ask Kendall, but she just exaggerates everything. But, should I be worried? I don't know, I wish I could help you, but this is a little out of my realm of understanding. I can't say I have any experience with either boys or straight girls. What do you think? Is there really cause for concern? I was actually curious myself what There's a lot you don't know about me, Kendall. Woo! Did he say that? He's a hard boy to coax things out of. Don't worry about it too much if he didn't want to tell you about that. You have to understand that he just tries very hard not to be vulnerable, except to the people he's very closest to. I am so confused, but I swear this bitch is very bitchy. Look, who cares? She's from Ontario. I mean, fuck, it's all the signs of trouble. Her phone number's 186.229.1.7183. Oh, man, honestly, just... For the last unit before the independent study and exam review, I'm going to give you something much easier than the last few have been. I know you're all exhausted, so now we're going to be taking a look at some short stories, specifically Edgar Allan Poe. Good man. It shouldn't take more than half an hour to read the first. Sleepy Kendall is sleepy. Once you're all done, there's a couple of questions that I'll put up on the board to answer, but they're all very straightforward. This isn't going to be strenuous. I let them go to reading. I didn't really have any intention of presenting this as being easy, but given the missile test scores, I think I need to restrain myself. They're clearly all struggling. Everything sucks. Mr. Negativity. God. As I copy out the easier questions I prepared last night, that's all I can think about. Maybe this just isn't my week is all. What? Maybe this just isn't my week is all? Oh, is all. Yeah. Okay, sorry. It just didn't make sense the first time I read it. Shut up! Maybe it's just not their week. The class seems as stressed as I am. I don't blame them. Well, I never did expect things to be an easy job. Prep period. Somehow, when my prep period arrives, I find myself forced into the classroom again. I have got to talk to that teacher who keeps using the office for frivolous things with absolutely nothing to do. Shitty. Everything is shitty. What's wrong, bro? Just have to bring myself to do something hard. Shit sucks. I know that feel, bro. I know that feel. At least this time I don't feel bad about spending the entire time checking up on my students' AMI Connect pages. It's not like I have anything better to do. You stalker! Although I certainly wonder about the classes they're in right now, I'm pretty sure they should have better things to do. At least I'm not the only one whose class they chat through. Somehow it makes me feel at least a little bit better knowing that. But before I continue, I really should check those messages. The indicator's blinking 1. Exactly, 1! What's the problem? It's only 1 message. Oh jeez, this is a... Oh god, okay, Akira, alright. This is something I really wanted to say in person, but, well, couldn't. Sorry. You deserve better. I've been holding on to you selfishly. I like you so much, but I didn't realise that part of love means letting that person do what makes them truly happy. But you're straight. This can't work. I've been a shitty person for thinking it could, and getting in the way of you and Taylor just for my own selfish whims. I'm sorry. Really sorry. You should go back with her, like you obviously want to. I fucked up, bro. Sorry. At least forgive me. I just want you to be with who makes you happy. Okay? Alright. We'll let that just simmer in for a bit until we get a response. There we go. I should be caught up enough now. Only a little bit through. There's not really much to feel great about. What the hell is going on here? Next morning. Oh, this ought to be good. My walk to school is quiet as always. I'm really grateful that I'm not in the middle of a terribly busy neighbourhood. I could just take quiet side streets all the way there. Oh, well, that was fast. Kind of just teleported to different locations until you arrived in the classroom. I arrive as early as I normally should. No surprise, the classroom is empty. I get to clearing up my desk and getting my notes ready for class. Instead of doing that, I'm going to read the messages on Amy Connect. What the fuck? Stay away from my boyfriend, you crazy bitch. Hey! What's wrong with Akira? He seems absolutely awful, but I don't know what's up, and he won't say. Is he okay? No idea. He won't tell me either. I hope so, sis. I hope so. It's just not like him. What the fuck? Did Taylor put you up to this? What's going on? Of course I like you. Where is this coming from? Never mind, I can see you're ignoring Amy. I'm coming over. Oh, hey! I've been there for only a few minutes when there's a knock on the door. Strange. It's open. That never happens. I turn to look as an unfamiliar woman walks in. Whoa, who is this? Oh, this is Mrs. Yamazaki. Excuse me. Are you Mr. Rook? The office told me I could find him here. That's me, John. But you have me at a disadvantage. What? Her temper seems short. Never mind. How can I help? Oh, okay, no, it's not the person I thought. I'm Shigo Yamazaki. I understand that you're my son's homeroom teacher. Oh, so you're Akira's mother? Yes, that's right. Oh, Yamazaki, yeah, of course. Maybe you can explain something to me then. Does this school not have a strict policy about bullying? Yeah, of course. Then maybe you can explain why my son immediately locked himself into his room when he got home last night. And maybe you can explain why I had to deal with his poor boyfriend knocking at our door in tears. Do you just not care about bullying when it's gay students? Is that it, Mr. Rook? Because I am certainly not paying tuition for teachers to be Whoa! No, please, calm down. She was about to accuse me of being homophobic, and I know that Akira broke up with Nolan, but what does it have to do with me? I had no idea, for what it's worth. I thought Akira and Nolan's relationship was extremely healthy and encouraged it. That's a lie, of course. I completely failed to encourage it, but I don't think that's the right thing to say right now. But I'm not responsible for them breaking up. It's hard for both, but that's just part of being a teenager. It's out of my control. Do you know why they broke up, Mr. Rook? No, this is actually the first time I've heard of it. I can think of at least one reason why, but I can't admit to that. She never said anything to him in front of me. He never told me about her messages as far as I should know. It didn't happen. Then maybe you should be paying better attention. Akira showed me a series of harassing messages that this girl Taylor had sent. It's completely unacceptable. And yesterday, she cornered him at lunch to tell him that, quote, a fag like him could never make Nolan happy, unquote. I knew she's just an absolute bitch. And that he was being selfish for dating a straight boy. Can you imagine how hurtful that must have been? This is completely unacceptable. I will not tolerate this behavior. What are you going to do about this? Technically, you should be going to the principal about this sort of shit. Not me, I'm just a fucking homeroom teacher. She said, what? Okay, that is most definitely grounds for dealing with her. I'm as shocked as she seems to be. That's absolutely appalling. I never thought Taylor would stoop that low. Well, she does get down on her knees quite often, so it doesn't surprise me. That's far worse than I imagined. At least she was subtle in her messages, but that's appalling. I can't believe she'd... Mrs. Yamazaki, you have my utmost assurances she's not going to go without reprimand. It's not acceptable. I promise you, ma'am, I will straighten her out. We do have a strict anti-bullying policy, and I'm personally shocked and offended by her actions. And that's the truth. I should hope so. I just want to make it perfectly clear I don't want to be antagonistic. Akira likes you and says you're a good teacher. But if I ever hear about her doing this to either my boy or Nolan again, I'll cut your dick off. Then she'll be expelled. I'll see to it personally. It's not okay. That's the bottom line, Mrs. Yamazaki. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I have to get to work now, but I'll be keeping up. You seem decent enough. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances. Would you like to go to dinner tonight, maybe? Me too. She turns to leave. Stop her with one more question. Let her go. What question am I going to give her? Why am I going to let her go? Now I'm going to stop. Oh, I don't know. She might get pissed off with one more question. Nah, fuck it. YOLO. Wait. Mrs. Yamazaki. Damn, I always get that wrong. She turns back to face me. Yes, Mr. Rook? How are they doing? Is Akira doing better? I'm glad you asked. Phew! I made the right choice. They're back together, if that's what you mean. Akira was feeling vulnerable, but Nolan, the sweetheart, stayed over all night to make sure he was okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what he was making sure of. I think he's doing a lot better now. Nolan was furious though. He was holding in a lot when he heard that what Taylor had said. For Akira's sake, he was trying to be brave, but I worry about him. That's rough. He always seemed sensitive about the subject too. Oh, so you understand. Well, I think he'll be fine. They're a good influence on each other. Just please chill with Taylor before Nolan makes a rash decision. I'm about to object, to say that sounds awful, threatening. But to be honest, if I had someone do that to someone I loved, I would probably do something stupid too. I'm not going to hold it against either, so as long as he doesn't act on it, I will. Thanks. Goodbye now. Bye. Whew. Alright, that was an intense conversation. Tough words from me, talking about having her expelled. I have no idea what the process is like, but tuition here isn't exactly cheap. It would probably be very difficult. Not that Taylor knows that. It's a good threat anyway. I really hope it won't come to testing it. I go back to sit at my desk, trying to get my thoughts back in order. Oh, that was a perfect transition from music. Well done. No, that was, well done. I really enjoyed that. I have to say, that was beautiful. I'm going to have to deal with Taylor later, of course, but I still do have class to teach today. I start to focus on that, reviewing my notes just to be sure as the class slowly comes in. What the fuck did she do? Nothing. It wasn't nothing. She tried to get back at me by harassing Akira. The fuck? It was fucking horrible. Oh my god, it was Taylor. Look at her wall. Well, I want to look at her wall now. You bitch. Hi, Mr. Rook. Hi. She goes to sit down without saying another word. I guess she can probably tell that I'm stressed. Eventually the rest of the class starts to file in, although I'm really only interested in a certain pair who come in at the same time. Oh god, Nolan looks depressed as hell. Don't you go stabbing Taylor or something, you know, that's the bad thing to do. Let me just deal with it, alright? Wait, Nolan? Akira? Hi sir. What's up? Oh, I'm sorry about the uniform, but it's... Relax. Nobody cares about the dress code. That's not what I was going to say. Oh. I heard about what happened. I'm going to have some very strong words with her, so, Nolan, I know you're probably still angry, but let me handle it, okay? Fine, you're going to deal with that bitch? I can tell he's holding in a lot of stronger words than that. He's probably more than a little embarrassed. He wants to be the strong man, protecting his boyfriend, I imagine. But it is better if I deal with it. Easy. I'll talk to her. But you have to be calm. And Akira, next time there's something wrong, tell me right away, okay? Kate, sir. Thank you. You're a bro. You're welcome. I just wish you'd told me. I would have dealt with it sooner. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Thank you, sir. I sat back down at the desk, watching Nolan comfort Akira before they take their seats. I've never seen either like that before. I can tell beneath the calmness Nolan's definitely angry. I can't imagine how he must be feeling. This must be the most goddamn emasculating experience possible, and I definitely feel bad for him. Hard to feel like a man when you have got to get your boyfriend's mother to get your teacher to deal with your problems. There's no shame there, but I bet he thinks there is. It's gotta be painful. Oh my god. Do you know what she actually did? I know Taylor can be bad, but I thought she was above abusing Akira just to get back with his boyfriend. Finally, the entire class arrives, and I get ready to start. Before I begin, Taylor? Yes, Mr. Rook? In my office, right after your last class. Is that understood? Okay. Ha ha! You are going to get told, bitch! Good. Now, onto the story that you were all supposed to read last night. Oh, this ought to be exciting. Whoa! 14 messages. Alright, let's read this shit. Loves Akira no matter what some say. Heart. That's really sweet. I'm sorry about Taylor. She was completely over the line. Ha! I'm really disappointed. What the fuck, crazy bitch? Basically. What the fuck, crazy bitch? Warning! Do not let your boyfriends near Taylor Gibson. She is a horrible bitch and will emotionally abuse them. You go, Kendall. Ariana and Taylor. Is what Nolan's saying true? That's really completely over the line. I know you don't like Akira, but that's no excuse to be a bitch. Didn't you consider Nolan's feelings? Lol, guess not. She's such a fucking waste of air. How can someone be so bitchy? Exactly, Kendall. Exactly. Kendall, could you ease up on Taylor a bit, please? I hate her more than anyone, but I don't really need a dozen posts on her wall talking about what a helpless victim I am, okay, bro? Sorry, you're right. I'll stop. I guess it's not helping. I'm just so sorry. You really didn't deserve that. What she said was just unbelievable. Blah, blah, blah. Hugs. If there's anything that I can do that would be helpful, please let me know. Hugs. Trust me, bro. I will. Right now, I just want to be with my boyfriend, okay? Okay. That's it for the day. Well, as far as classes go, anyway. Still not sure how I'm going to deal with Taylor yet, but I'm definitely going to make it clear that that's not to try this sort of bullshit again. Alright, come on Taylor, let's get this shit over with. I'll give you a spanking. Not in the literal sense, of course. Taylor's probably already on her way to my office. But before I go, I should take a break to see if there are any new 12 channel posts. No! Fuck your 12 channel. Alright, where is it? No, that's not what I want. 12 channel. Next post. Da 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 da. Thank you. What? Well, that's enough dawdling from me. Yes, definitely is. Time to go. Whoops. I am Mr. Rook. Hello. Why don't you have a seat? She sits down, trembling. What's this about? I think you know what it's about. Taylor, don't insult my intelligence. You know exactly what this is about. Oh, is this about Akira? What did he tell you? He seemed really upset at me for some reason. Like he was blaming me for... Oh, hell no you don't! I don't even want to hear what ridiculous story she's going to tell. I preempted, deciding on my approach. How should I handle this? Angry approach! Yeah, fuck yeah. No, just shut up, Taylor. I'm not interested in the bullshit, okay? She seems taken aback. At least now I have her attention. It's about time someone stopped putting up with her shit. She's been getting away with it because it's behind my back for far too long. I heard the... Look at my face, I am mad. I'm gonna turn green and start smashing shit. I heard the whole story, with all given respect. What the hell is wrong with you? If I didn't know you better, I wouldn't have even believed it. This is the... Archetypal... I don't know. Crazy ex-girlfriend story. You're a cliche. You're an insane cliche. How could you possibly be such an awful person to him? Did you just not consider his feelings? What could have convinced you that harassing some poor boy into dumping his boyfriend was okay? Do you just not understand how horrible that is? I don't care. What? Fine. Put his feelings ahead of mine. Let the girl cry, but rush in to defend the boy. I don't care about his fucking feelings. What? What do you even say to that? Site school policy. Hang on, can I go? Shit, I can't go back to revise. I really don't know what to do here. I don't want to say it's sociopathic, and shit, I don't know. This is rough. This is a rough decision. It's kind of sociopathic. Site school policy. I don't know what to do. If I ease up now, then she'll see my weakness, but if I continue with the angry approach, then I guess, yeah, let's continue with the angry approach. It's kind of sociopathic. Wow, that's kind of sociopathic. Look, if you really want to be a crazy bitch, that's entirely up to you. Be crazy and unfeeling if you want, but I'm not going to put up with you hurting two young men like that. And if you keep this shitty attitude up, you're going to end up pissing off the wrong person. I'm nice. The worst I can do is have you expelled. You keep this up and you're going to piss off the wrong person, and they're not going to be nearly as nice. She goes quiet, realizing just how serious I am. Expelled is probably a big word when your father's paying for your expensive private school tuition. There's a long pause as I let that sink in with her. Well, that's retarded. That's bullshit. That's retarded. So what? Akira gets to be totally sheltered at my expense? What's that going to be like for him in the real world? He's not going to be able to go crying to his teacher for help there. Taylor, in the real world, what you've done is called harassment. Any employer would fire you on the spot for it. I'm being really accommodating here by giving you a second chance, and I don't have to. You could be expelled. I'm willing to do it. Well, I'll try it. That leaves me taken aback. Does she think I was bluffing about expulsion? Now I just feel more compelled than ever to try it. I'm serious. So am I. Great, the school has some stupid policy about protecting young men from dangerous girls. I wonder what's the policy on having jailbait in your home, on your lap. Do you think the school will really care that she hasn't sucked her dick yet? Silence. She got me there. Now I'm the one left with a long pause, the weight of it sinking in. It's a big threat, and it's probably a bluff, but should I really call her on it? Suddenly I've just been thrown onto the defensive. How should I handle this? Oh! This is fucking... Oh, shit. There's no way in hell I'm conceding. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn, this is... Oh, shit. I don't know. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to leave this up to you guys. I'm going to save it here. And I'm going to leave this decision up to you guys. I want you to tell me what I should do here. Do I go for the angry approach? Do I go for the gentle approach? Or do I concede and say, oh, you know what? Fine. You got me there. Let's just leave it at that. Do I go for the angry approach and go, fuck you bitch, and throw her out the window of a 12-story building? Or do I go for the gentle approach and go, look, I'm sure we can work something out. Alright, I'm entirely leaving this all up to you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this episode, because that's way too much pressure for me to try and give a decision here. So, majority votes for whichever decision is given the most, I shall do that one. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next part with your decision.